How's everyone?
All right, if you ever have anything you want me to talk about, make sure you go ahead and jump into that Discord, and there's a news channel. You can drop whatever articles you would like to talk about. Up first here, I'm gonna get into a pretty interesting one that happened, and just this little thing that happened today. Gamescom opening night happened, and we're just gonna go over a couple of the things that got announced, and I do have a couple of trailers and things. Again, if there's anything you guys do want me to pull up a trailer for, just let me know and I'll grab one and we'll look at it. I am completely open with all that goodness. So this is just the opening night. I think there's some other things that'll be happening, I think tomorrow and Wednesday potentially. So there could be some things that spill into Thursday as well. So tomorrow and Thursday. I think I said tomorrow and Wednesday, but first off, Borderlands 4 has been officially announced and it'll be out next year. I know that 2K definitely said something pretty recently about how they were going to have a game to announce that they thought was pretty big. So this is, I guess it. I think some people were hoping for a BioShock game. Not going to be the case. So I don't know. I don't know much about Borderlands. I watched the little teaser and I was like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. But it will be out next year. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 gets a new single player campaign. Details. Probably happy for it to distract them from the movie. That's right. That's why they're dropping that teaser right now. They were like, guys, we gotta whip something up. Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna talk about Call of Duty Black Ops because I don't really care about Call of Duty. Goat Simulator is getting a remaster. I did watch the quick trailer teaser for this thing, and they're like doing this whole thing with this guy's walking through this jail, and it's like all the games that are getting remastered, like remastered jail or something like that. And I was like, okay, like they're kind of like making fun of all these games that are getting remasters and stuff, only to be making a remaster themselves. And I was like, I mean, I get it. I get like the joke, but like, you're also, it's also you. So they're getting a remaster that's going to be, I guess, out later this year. Techland reveals a next entry in the Dying Light series. Oh yeah, so they're doing a new Dying Light game, which is kind of interesting. I think people like Dying Light. I mean, they must if there's a third one, right? But I think I think this is kind of an interesting one. I don't think people were expecting a new Dying Light game. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero gets a new trailer. There's always another Dragon Ball game, always more Dragon Ball to be had. All right. King of Meat is a new co-op combat game where up to 4 players endure goofy-ishly designed dungeons. Interesting. Amazon Games and Glowmade provided a silly cold open for King of Meat, a new co-op game that will have up to 4 players playing as contestants and enduring ridiculous dungeons. Oh, that's a word. Goofishly? That is really weird. Not one that I ever thought I was going to read. If I'm being honest, not one that I thought I was going to see. Okay. Yeah, some of these are not going to be interesting, but I promise you, there's a couple. Linked Banner of Spark releases in early access in October. I don't know anything about this one. I didn't see Linked Banner of Spark. I'm guessing that must be this. Lost Record Bloom and Rage reveals first gameplay trailer and release date at ONL, which I believe is just something. I don't know, whatever. But so I did watch the trailer for Lost Record Bloom and Rage, and it looks kind of like a Life is Strange kind of thing. Whatevs. I don't know. Opening night live. That's what it was. I was thinking that it was something, and then I was like, I can't put the things together, and I'm talking about it, so I'm like not really paying attention to it. So appreciate you. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, It looks interesting. It could be fun, but it's going to be very like Life is Strange kind of deal. At least that's what I've seen. No More Room in Hell gets a new gameplay trailer. Zombie game. I don't know. It's probably interesting to people who were interested. I mean, obviously, but like, I don't know. It wasn't to me. Arc Raiders is out next year. I feel like I watched. This is like another one. It had like a little teaser like thing because it's like showing like the release window, and I don't know. It seems like it could be pretty interesting. I don't know anything about Arc Raiders though. Is there actually like any other like gameplay trailers or anything about this? Yeah, just the little thing that I saw about it, I was like, this looks really like it could be really interesting, and I feel like I just didn't see anything about it. Don't think so. Okay, well that's probably why people were like not sure what the hell it is. Yeah, it definitely, it's got my interest. Oh, they're doing a play test sometime this fall, so hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of something then. Infinity Nikki gets a trailer, and sign up now for live closed beta. I watched a little bit of this trailer. Gotta be honest, I don't remember it, which is probably a bad thing, right? Path of Exile 2 early access release set for November. Didn't watch anything about that one. Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 release. New trailer at ONL. So Space Marines 2 is going to be arriving on all the current stuff on September 9th. Dune Awakening gets its first gameplay trailer. So I did watch a little bit of this Dune Awakening, and I'll tell you what, the game could be really fun. It is kind of like, I think it's like an online. I don't think it's a constant online game. I don't think that's what it is, but it does have some like online components. But essentially you're just a guy making his way surviving on Arrakis. But they definitely show like there is some other things that are not on Arrakis, which is kind of cool. And just, some basic survival stuff. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. There's some building and stuff as well. And I think they were showing like you could build stuff and you could sell your buildings, designs and stuff. So it could be fun. We'll see. But that one's not until next year. Reanimal is the next project coming from the creators of Little Nightmares. So recently, I should say, let me step back a little here. Recently, the studio, I think it's Tarsier Studio, was like teasing like, oh, we have another game, and like I saw the little teaser and I was like, oh, it's just Little Nightmares, and in the description it was like something brand new from Tarsier, and I was like, what? I was like, it's just that just looks like Little Nightmares. What? So now they've showed it off, and it just looks like Little Nightmares. Like it looks like they were like, we should make Little Nightmares 3, but because somebody already is making Little Nightmares 3, we can't call it Little Nightmares 3, so call it something else. It looks great. It's one of the ones I threw a trailer in here for. Because I do want to show you guys it, but it just looks like Little Nightmares. I was confused. It's so confusing. It's literally confusing. Genshin Impact arrives on Xbox in November 20th. I was not aware that Genshin was not on Xbox, but I guess in November it will be. So Genshin fans, yay. Capcom shows off a gorgeous new trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds. Guys, you know we're going over this one, so nothing more to say right now. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is out on April 24th. Interesting. Monument Valley 3 is out in this December as a Netflix game exclusive. That's kind of interesting. People really like Monument Valley, right? Yeah, interesting though. Monument Valley, like I said, I think people really like the Monument Valley games, and it's kind of crazy that Netflix is making it exclusive. Hopefully it's only timed, because I think people would want to play this that aren't Netflix people. Mech Break's latest gameplay trailer is all about gameplay. Yeah, I think I saw a little bit of this. I mean, it looks like a Gundam game, you know, or like a Armor Core kind of game, but not Armor Core because it doesn't look that insane. It looks more Gundam-y. Firaxis reveals first look at gameplay for Civ 7. Release date is also revealed for February 11th, 2025. Exclusive games, surprisingly. Yeah, there's another one too. They had like spoiler for slightly down the list. I think they have a Squid Game ones as well. If you like Civ games, I guess, right? Starfield is getting a vehicle, making planet exploration a lot more enjoyable. Shattered Space expansion is out on September 30th because they still don't know what to do. Because they still don't know what to do on how to make this not they want people to still play Starfield, and they're like, we got to do something. And I hate to break it to you guys, I don't think people care. There's people who care, but there's not really. Marvel Rivals is out this December. Marvel Rivals is a 6v6 team-based free-to-play shooter featuring Marvel comic characters. What is this one like? Is it Overwatch that this one is kind of very similar to? I think so. I can never remember the difference between like Overwatch and like Valorant and stuff like that, but I think it's very similar, but Marvel characters. So Prime Video announces Secret Levels, an original series focused on indie, new projects, and classic games. This was pretty interesting. When I watched the trailer real quick, it seems like it's an actual series that has a lot of the same aesthetics of like Love, Death, and Robots, because I think they have like somebody like a producer or something from there, which is kind of interesting. But I think it's some of that kind of same kind of thing, but there's some like video game integration or whatever. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It'll be really interesting to see how that all kind of comes together though. But yeah, Secret Level seems like it could be cool. I love, Death, and Robots. And if they can kind of get that and then bring in some of the game stuff, could be really cool. So hyped, bro. That's what I'm saying. It looks legit like it could be really good. Towerborn arrives on Steam Early Access next month. Towerborn is a side-scrolling action game announced at 2023's Xbox Game Showcase. Oh, okay. I didn't see anything about this, but interesting. Age of Mythology Retold out next month. So Age of Mythology is just an Age of Empires game, but it's they go through different mythologies and stuff as like your teams and everything. I played the original way back in the day, and it was not good. I don't really know why they're doing another, like they're doing a remake of it, like a remaster, even maybe. I don't know exactly how it's being categorized, but it was not great. Just play Age of Empires. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 gets gameplay teaser, still on track to release next year. I didn't watch this one either. I probably should have. Warhorse Studio provided a brief trailer or a teaser for gameplay in its next project, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Interesting. Batman Arkham Shadow. Upcoming Batman VR game gets new gameplay trailer, voice cast, and October release window. I did watch a little bit of this, and it was kind of interesting. I still don't understand why they're just doing a complete VR game. There was like a VR. I'm trying to think of what the word was. It wasn't quite a game, but like an experience maybe. For Batman on one of the game, like one of the, maybe it was a bunch of them, but it was like an experience. Exactly. Yeah. It was cool, but like it was very limited and everything. It was like, okay, this is you're just experiencing, and it was very limited. It was fine. This seemed like they were showing like gameplay, and it looked like a very slowed down version of a Batman Arkham game, and I was like, bro, people are gonna get sick. Like, people are gonna get so sick, my dude. But I mean, at least it's trying to like go all in. Like, it's not half-assing and being something else. So, or at least that's what it looks like to me. So we'll see. Little Nightmares 3 gets a new trailer, but no release date. I do have the trailer for that as well. I was excited about that one. Masters of Abalone. This is the Peter Molyneux next game. But those familiar with Fable series know that Abelon, oh my god, I have no, I don't remember how he said it. Yeah, like I said, I didn't get to see much of this. I mostly see Albion. Okay, that's right. Masters of Albion. Yeah, so I didn't get to see much of it, but you know, Peter Molyneux. People were hyped for that. Oh yeah, so Squid Games Unleashed announced by Netflix Games. I think it looks like a Fall Guys kind of game, but it's Squid Games instead. So you're running through, like, it looked like classic games, but with some slight differences to keep the players on their toes. Full release for Arena Breakout Infinite is coming later this year. Okay. No 9 Awakening launches this October. I don't know about this one either. Unknown 9. Blizzard Entertainment reveals World of Warcraft: The War Within will have early access beta 2 days. Teases a direct focusing on Warcraft. So they're gonna have like a Warcraft Direct. Okay, interesting. So they're gonna do something very specific. Hey, they were saying something about Warcraft is like, if they say 30 years old now, something like that, right? I was kind of shocked. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred reveals new trailer ahead of October release. Do people still play Diablo? Because I felt like this is another one where people fell off because they didn't really enjoy beginning, but I felt like they've been doing a lot of upgrades and stuff to it that have made people kind of get back into it a little bit, or people who have been playing have been enjoying it more, you know. I've heard that it's gotten better, but I heard that when it first came out that it was a little rough. Just playing the new season, has it gotten a lot better, or does it seem like it's gotten better? It's much better. Okay, yeah. See, it's kind of what I've heard. I've heard that it's gotten better, but that when it first came out, though, like I said, I heard that it was rough. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I have heard that's kind of the cycle with Diablo, though. Like, usually they refine it and make it a lot better as it goes on. Which, I mean, listen, if you're gonna at least do that, like, at least do that. First Berserker Kazan will hold a technical closed beta. Ooh, when are they doing this? Closed beta will be for PS5, Xbox S and S on October 11th. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into this First Berserker. I feel like I just haven't seen enough about it. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle gets a release date, and the PS5 version confirmed. Although every trailer I saw, they were not talking about the PS5 version. They do not want you to know that that's coming out on PS5. But it's coming out December 9th this year, which is actually pretty fucking quick. And then the PS5 version is in development, but won't be out until spring next year. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But yeah, the game, I mean, it looks like it looks like it could be really interesting. I don't know if it will end up being really good or not, but I mean, it looks fine, right? Mafia: The Old Country officially revealed. More details coming this December. Oh shit, come on. Let me get a little free refresh here, make sure that we're up to date on everything. Oh, okay. There was definitely more than Mafia, the old country officially revealed. More details coming this December. Let me see if I can find another site that maybe is covering some of this stuff too. Everything else I just looked through. I didn't see anything else that looked like it was really for this specifically, which is cool. All right, let's go ahead. Let's jump into a couple of these trailers that I got. I tried to grab, oh yeah, I did try to grab some of the stuff kind of in a little bit of an order, but this first one is something that we didn't really even get to talk about. I don't know when it specifically got announced, but Dave the Diver is doing a crossover with I think it's 3 different games. Balatro, which is insane. Potion Craft and Maximum Tune, I'm guessing is what that is. I don't know what this one is at all, but yeah, I saw, I think it was Cyclo in the Discord was saying that, yeah, apparently Dave the Diver will just they'll collaborate with everybody. So I think we were both wanting to show this off just because I want you guys to, I guess, kind of see, because when I heard Balatro, I was like, how do you do a crossover with Balatro? Let me show this real quick, so you guys can kind of get a scope of how this is supposed to look.
I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress. I'd be the prom queen if crying was a contest.
This is the one I don't know.
I'm Maya.
Feelings are all around. How did I get here? I need to know. All I wanna do is run.
Man, that music is so good. I still have no idea what the hell this is how they're gonna do all this. So to me, just looking from the outside, the Balatro one just looks like they're just gonna allow you to play Balatro in game. I was trying to think like oh, I was like, yeah, because this is not what Balatro, I mean it is, but like you're just playing Balatro inside of Dave the Diver? I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. Like, cool. I mean, listen, I love Balatro. If you've never played, you should. It's so good. But God, I was like, what? This is so crazy. The Potion Craft one, I mean, I think I understand a little more at least. Cool. All right, let's get into this next one, which is easily the best one so far. So Monster Hunter had a little trailer here, and we're gonna watch it, and then we're gonna have to do a little bit of a breakdown here, because we're gonna have to go. I gotta show you. We gotta look at some things, you know. All right, yeah. Let me get into this. Let's get into this trailer real quick, because this was so cool. Let me make sure. Let me put this at 2160 real quick. Let me get this. Let's get this as crisp as we can get it here. But yeah, let's take a look. This might run like ass, and we might have to bring the settings down. Hey, let me be less ambitious. Let's do 1440p. I'm gonna crunch my internet just trying to look at this, and you guys can't even tell the difference. All right, let's take a look.
My word. Is this a Lollabarina floret? We must be near its nest. could do a lot worse for an interim camp.
Once your business here is concluded, you should find shelter. The sands come alive this time of year, like a wild beast bristling with lightning.
From the look of it, that must be this region's apex predator. Guild permission granted. Begin the hunt.
Understood. So tasty!
So tasty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this looks so good. It looks so good. I'm excited for, hopefully we're going to get some information about the demo, like some actual, maybe we'll get somebody playing through it and everything, but God, it looks so good. Yeah. So I'm just going to run through it a little bit here. All of this, so this is like what did they call this place? The Scarlet Forest. I mean, this all looks so cool. It reminds me, it's giving me a bunch of like Elden Ring vibes because there's a lot of like the Scarlet Rot stuff. Really, really, really cool. Then jump into, you know, this big fucking spider monster. This thing is so cool. And also this area is nightmares. And it's so good. I'm gonna run it here for a second. This thing is just, it's like a ballerina. Big pokey. And then yeah, this like flower thing that it does, like this thing is so cool. I feel like it's gonna be a kind of a lower end monster, but super cool. And then it shoots out, what is it? I remember seeing it here. So whatever it's doing is like a paralysis type something. It's hard to tell, but it does like some kind of paralysis. Then showing kind of the turf war kind of deal again. Oh my God, I love this dude up on this guy's back. It gets me so much. It's so funny. Pollen of some kind, right? But I'm guessing the pollen is just gonna be like it's essentially giving like a paralysis type idea. I wonder how they're gonna make, if it'll be its own thing or if they'll just be like, no, it's paralysis. So kind of the turf war deal here. I'm guessing this is like, you know, the co-op person coming in here, doing a little bit of double hunting. Although this part was a little goofy to me. This run animation was seemed a little bit like, it seems a little slow. Like he kind of is like just hanging out there a little bit. I'm guessing this is kind of the look at like the main town and everything, you know, your main setup. I'm wondering, this is kind of a thought that I had. I wonder if this is going to be the like upgradable over time, kind of like in some of the older games you would get like rooms and they would upgrade and everything. I wonder if your town will almost become upgradable. It seems very like bare bones, but maybe that's just the look of it. The focus mode, yeah, it could be focus mode. It did look very focus mode like. It just looked like he was kind of like he was running in mud or something. I don't know, it was just kind of, animation was a little wild, but outside of that, I mean, it looks great. I mean, if that's like the biggest nitpick I got, then you know. They did talk about that the world is going to be pretty open in general, like that it's going to be very like seamless with like the going out and doing quests and everything. So you're just kind of in the middle of this area, and then then you go out and do quests and everything. So looking like some cats cooking some food up. Very cool. This was cool kind of thing too as well, like the like crystals or whatever, probably from some kind of monster, being these wind chimes. I do love the look of all of the this town and like these buildings and everything. Really cool. And then they show off the big boy, the big dude. Kind of get a good look at him here. So when they first showed this guy off, like it was a couple of weeks ago, to me he had like his horns together and everything, and I was like, oh, he kind of looks like a Gora Magala. He does not look like Gora Magala. He is very different. Yeah, it's wild looking. But they do mention that he is the apex predator of this region. So my guess is he's gonna be Title Boy. The main dude, not the main dude, because you all know that there's a main dude after the main dude. How Monster Hunter goes. He is really cool. He does give me who's that monster in World who has the big flashers? He kind of gives me that vibe a little bit too right here, which is so sad to say. Man, he's got some great colors. That blue in his wing and his tail and stuff, super cool. The Taziki. Taziki's so cool though. He's just kind of weird. Whoo! Yeah, big wing slams a lot there. And then this is kind of the power up move where he pushes his horns together to be like a honing rod in on the electricity. Whew, man. I was gonna say here. Let me back up here. Man literally like causes fucking rocks and shit to pop up after that. A little more bug fight here. Oh yeah, bear fight too. And then they did talk about the oops, sorry, I'm gonna go back a little here. They did talk about this a little bit as well at one point, that there will be mobile camps and stuff, so you'll be able to, I think you'll be not be able to put them anywhere, but there'll be probably you can just pop them up pretty easily, which is what this looks like here. So your Palico pops that bad boy up for you, which is super cool. Wonder if it's glass. Oh, the rocks and stuff that pop up, because it's all sand. That's actually a great point. Also, right here, this is that one mantle, right? The sneaky one. I can't remember. The ghillie suit. That's what it's called. Color palette and creature design. Oh my God, V, you're speaking my language. Yes. They all look so good. The game looks great. V, how are you doing? Did you get to see any of Gamescom today? I just went over a little bit ago about all the stuff that was announced, but I got two bangers after this trailer. I'm just going through this trailer kind of a little slower now. I will say too, I want to talk about something when I'm done with all this. God, this guy is so cool. They keep showing him in like so much of the other promotional stuff. Also, if someone yells "get a load of these claws," I don't know if it's the cat. I do want to go back and listen to it in a second. Man, that bow shot, the tracking bow shot on that is so good. When they showed this off the other day, I was like, God, whoop, so good. Oh man, I love that shield bash though, with the sword and shield. Sorry, sword and shield is one of my go-tos. This motherfucker fucking shield bashing the shit out of this guy and fucking knocking him over makes me so happy. And then just I think some world, basic world kind of stuff as well. Busy with the pup and such. Oh, that's all right. No problem. And then, this looks like at the mobile camp where you and your Palico, you guys are hanging out and you're cooking up a meal. This looks just like the mobile food station. I assume there will be a bigger food station. Let me see back here a little bit real quick. Let me listen in. I thought that I'm pretty sure the Palico says some stuff here. Let me listen in real quick. He does emphasize these when he shoots, and it's a very kind of high pitched. They did talk about that your cat is gonna speak. If that's the speaking, I'm gonna go with the meows. That's just me. I get some people might not be into it, but that's gonna be me. Let's jump into the next one. This is Reanimal. This is the game from Tarsier Studios. This is the company that made the original Little Nightmares 1 and 2. They teased that they had a new game, and I for sure thought that it was going to be Little Nightmares. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's not. So let's take a look, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Nothing lasts forever. I thought you were dead.
Oh my god. There is something about Tarsier. I don't remember what they're. God, do they know how to fucking nail that art style? It looks so fucking good. I listen, I'm very excited about it. Does it seem like it's just Little Nightmares 3? 100%. Does it seem like they couldn't make a Little Nightmares 3 because somebody somehow got the rights to it? Kind of, a little bit. It was wild that they did totally. Here's a game that's totally not Little Nightmares, and here's Little Nightmares 3. So I watched this and I was like, damn, that looks so good. And then I watched the Little Nightmares 3 trailer. Listen, I got nothing bad to say about Little Nightmares 3, but also this game feels like a much more like a Little Nightmares game than Little Nightmares 3 does. But as a comparison, let us actually check out the Little Nightmares 3 trailer. So this is being handled by another company. It's by Bandai Namco and Super Massive Games, I think. Something like that. Listen, it doesn't look bad. It still looks great. It just looks not like Little Nightmares. But yeah, let's take a look real quick. This is Little Nightmares 3.
Peggy 16.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So this is the actual Little Nightmares 3. And listen, still looks great. The game still looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be co-op. It's gonna be a great game. After kind of seeing the other one, I got some doubts that it's gonna have that feel. Like I said, the other game just kind of gives me that feeling a little bit more so than Little Nightmares 3 does. On to something that's shocking to nobody. An article by Alex Stedman. The Acolyte won't be renewed for a second season on Disney Plus. And unfortunately, I just think that this is not a shocker. I don't think people liked the show. I didn't think it was this as terrible as I think people really thought it was. I did not dislike it that much, but Jesus Christ, people fucking hated this show apparently. Yep. So The Acolyte, the latest live action Star Wars series on Disney Plus, will not be getting a second season. IGN is confirmed with sources with knowledge of the situation. I thought it was fine. Right. I thought it was fine too. And they were setting up something I thought that was going to be pretty interesting, and they moved away from that pretty quickly. Because now it's just left out there. The news first broke on Deadline, which sources told the outlet that Disney has elected to not proceed with second season. It was not like the best story or anything, but the ideas that they were kind of seeding and stuff were fine. I thought there was much worse media out there. It just is what it is. This is a wild one. A Black Myth Wukong publisher issues a bizarre directive on what streamers can and cannot say. This is an article by Nicole Carpenter. I saw this and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. There is some other things here that I understand a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. So let me get into the article a little bit here, and then I'll kind of vocalize a little more about what I was meaning about that. Ahead of Black Myth Wukong's August 20th release date, publisher Hero Games, acting on behalf of developer Game Science, reportedly sent a strange directive to several video game streamers who received early codes for the game. Don't talk about anything that instigates negative discourse. Several organizations, including game content agency GLHF and Forbes, confirmed that Hero Games did indeed send out a document of do's and don'ts that was shared on Blue Sky by French content creator and writer Benoit Ezerve Ranier. GLHF confirmed that at least 2 streamers were sent the do's and don'ts list, which have been published in full online. The guidelines say the streamers can't insult other influencers or players, use any offensive language or humor, include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization and other content and instigates negative discourse. Use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19, or discuss content related to China's game industry, policies, opinions, news, etc. Polygon has reached out to Game Science and Hero Games for comment. This is a little crazy. I get being sensitive about COVID. So here's the thing. I was like, this is crazy that they're like trying to specifically censor them about specific things, which whatever. But I was also like, here's the other side of that. They are giving out the game to people free, and I get like the idea of that they would want to have some restrictions on, because they're kind of saying like, hey, if I'm giving you this, like, we just have a couple things we don't want you to do when you're talking about the game during that early access time. I kind of get that, but I also think that it's very weird. It's a weird practice in general, which could cause more issues later on. Not surprising considering from China. I mean, sure, but like it's still strange. What the fuck is feminine propaganda? Speaking highly of feminists is probably feminist propaganda, right? Women exist, right? I'm not sure. I don't live in China. I don't know. Sure, they got it for free, but what the fuck is feminist propaganda? I don't know. This is one of those weird ones that's like difficult for me to be like. I mean, without being in that country, like it is one of those things. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what is and is not a lot. I mean, I think this list actually kind of shows a little more of how they feel as a country and what they think is acceptable. Let me jump into this next one. FTC announces final ruling prohibiting fake and AI generated or misleading product reviews. Is this a W? I'm not exactly sure yet. This is an article by Rebecca Valentine. The Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, has announced a final rule today that prohibits fake and AI-generated product reviews and testimonials, as well as stops businesses from purchasing reviews that express a particular sentiment, good or bad. So, do we actually think this is going to stop anything? I think like the biggest thing is like usually like Amazon. Amazon's one of those ones that just, there's usually like a good handful of reviews. You're like, are you a paid review? Are you a real review? But there's tons of commerce web sites that are like that. I don't want to. I'm not here to bully Amazon. I know. I'm not here to stick up for Amazon either. But I just think it's, if it's enforced and meaningful. But I wonder how much it's actually going to get enforced. And how do you enforce something like that? How do you know? I think most people have like a common idea of like when they see something, they're like, bro, nope, that's not real, or that seems paid for. But it's hard to prove that, I would think, right? How do you prove that? I mean, again, you're right. If it's enforced and they do it, great. This is a win for everybody. Reviews should be done by people who have gotten the products and been able to be like, yes, I've done this and this with it, and it's X, Y, and Z. But I just, how do you prove that it's not? It is or it isn't, you know? In a press release today, the FTC outlined its final rule following multiple notices of proposed rulemaking in 2022 and 2023. Final rule comes after an informal hearing back in February 2024 on the subject, with public comments on proposals resulting in change of the final version, and get subpoenas to get the user data. Oh man, that's so crazy though. That seems like so much work that it's not going to happen that often, right? The final rule prohibits a number of activities related to falsifying product reviews in various ways. This includes the prohibition of reviews from people who don't exist, such as AI-generated fake reviews, or who do not have the experience with the product they claim they did. Companies are also banned from paying for reviews that convey a particular sentiment, positive or negative, and have and from having company insiders write reviews without disclosing their connection to the company. And finally, the rule stops companies from using threads to prevent or remove negative threats to prevent or remove negative reviews, and from buying fake indicators of social media influencers such as followers and views generated by bots. Yeah, I will be interested to see if this actually does get enforced or anything. But yeah, if the thing is legitimately where they have to do a whole bunch of things about getting the data and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be so much work that they'll never follow through with it, right? All right, let me get into this next one real quick. I do want to just kind of do a quick spoiler alert kind of thing. I'm going to be talking about The Last of Us Part 2, because this next one specifically talks about HBO's The Last of Us Season 2 and some specific things about that. So if this is something that you don't want to see or hear about, just make sure that you give me like 5 minutes. All right, let's get into it. This is a article by Adelaide Anchors Range. HBO gave Caitlin Dever extra security while filming The Last of Us due to toxicity surrounding Abby. So this is the lady who's going to be playing Abby in season 2 of The Last of Us. Caitlin Dever, or Dever, I think is actually who it is, who plays Abby in the upcoming second season of HBO's The Last of Us, had additional protection during filming due to the toxicity surrounding her character. Speaking on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Dina actress Isabel Merced, Jesus, said the team at HBO believed there could be an increased risk due to the toxicity surrounding Abby. Some members of the Last of Us community have expressed hatred for the character and harassed and sent death threats to Lori Bailey, who played Abby in the video game. There's so many strange people in this world because there are people that are actually genuinely hate Abby, who is not a real person. Just a reminder, not a real person. Caitlin had to be extra secure by security when it came to filming the filming of this. Yeah, crazy sad, but also not that surprising. Like again, I'm gonna say it again real quick. If you have not played The Last of Us Part 2, this is a little bit of a spoiler alert. But yeah, Abby is the character who ends up killing Joel in the game, and I know that has really rubbed people the wrong way. So much so that yes, there was death threats and harassment to Laura Bailey, who is just the person who voices Abby in the game. And as the one lady said, this is not a real person. Joel Miller is not a real person. Abby is not a real person. It is a game. It is a story. People need to, grow up about it. But it is not surprising to me, knowing just how crazy that whole thing is. But I just thought this was crazy, but also good on HBO for making sure that they stepped up about this, because this could have been a pretty insane, whole thing here, right? So, all right. Last of Us stuff is over, guys. Last of Us stuff is over. And now into some other crazy things. Deadpool and Wolverine is now officially the highest grossing rated R film ever. This is by Taylor Lyles. Not surprising even slightly. This movie has been pretty good. I think people have been very excited about it. Maybe a little bit too much. But it has been pretty good. And now raking in over $1 billion. Deadpool and Wolverine continues to be a massive success for Marvel Studios, as Disney announced today that the superhero flick has become the highest grossing rated R film ever. In a press release, Disney confirmed that in just 23 days, Deadpool and Wolverine accrued over $1 billion at the global box office. These numbers were just enough for Deadpool and Wolverine to become the highest grossing rated R film ever, a title that was previously held by Todd Phillips' 2019 movie Joker. It's little surprise that Deadpool and Wolverine eventually managed to cross that coveted $1 billion mark. It made $96 million on its opening day Jesus, becoming the 6th highest opening day ever. The success continued throughout opening weekend to become the 6th biggest domestic weekend box office opening of all time. Yeah, so I went and saw this. I guess it's technically opening day, but like I said, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it a lot, but I also didn't think it's like the greatest film of all time. It's funny, it's a good time, and that's it. This is the last one for the news for today. Indiana Jones's iconic hat just sold for $630,000. This is an article by Ryan Dinsdale. I love these little taglines. Sometimes whoever writes these is really on it. It belongs in a museum. The iconic hat worn by Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom just sold at auction for a whopping $630,000. As reported by the BBC, the hat came from a collection of Ford's stunt double Dean Ferrandi. Why is this one? Ferrandini? Oh my God. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it is really hard for me to see it over here. I definitely from Ford's stunt double Dean Ferrandini, who died in 2023. Ooh, dang, I didn't know he passed away. That hat wasn't worn by Indy in the first film, Raiders of the Lost Ark, but was made specifically for Temple of Doom, featured in early scenes such as when Indy, Willie Scott, and Short Round jumped from a crashing plane. Definitely belongs in a museum. That's fair enough. But yeah, I thought that's cool. It's crazy. It's always interesting to see how much some of this movie memorabilia ends up selling for. It's crazy how much it goes for sometimes, but very cool. Whoever bought it, $630,000 is a lot of money. So hopefully they're going to take good care of it though. Yeah, I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the news today. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and I will see you all on the other side.